All right, it's 6 o'clock and we're gonna get started. You got an own shipper?
Yes.
I'm Lori, I'm just gonna. I've tried to catch everybody I could at the door tonight, just to let you know that the annexation, which I know everybody's got a lot of interest in, the developer and the landowner has requested a 30-day deferral, of which we have granted. Corey and I discussed this today. Tonight, it's not on the agenda, so it's not gonna be discussed. We understand the interest in this particular project, so we have discussed and we have agreed upon having a separate public hearing just for that particular development prior to our meetings. We felt like that would be most important to give people the opportunity to speak. But again, the developer and the landowner has requested the deferral, so that if you're here for that, please understand it's not going to be here to be discussed tonight. But we are going to have a separate public forum just for that. It will be, Corey and Philip will make sure it's published in the correct amount of time to make sure that we're meeting everything we need to and give everybody plenty of opportunity to know when it is and where it is. It may be here, may have to have it at the community center, depends on how many people we think will be there, because I can tell you I was here last Tuesday night and I sat in the office back there. I broke a rib and it's not too fun to stand up and sit in some of these, so I sat down in a chair and watched it, and there were a lot of people here and we appreciate your interest. So I just wanted to make that clear before we started. Thank y'all. All right, call the meeting to order, please. Pledge, Lori, please. Everybody rise, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Father God, we just thank you for this opportunity to come together and to talk about changes and all kinds of different things that we can do here in the city of Mount Pleasant. And God, I just ask that you would help us to always keep the benefit of our citizens in the forefront, and that we would do our very, very best to make decisions that you would have us make. In your name we pray.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, ladies. Roll call, please, ma'am.
Ms. Knowles? Here. Mr. Davis?
Here.
Mayor White?
Here.
Ms. Willie is absent, and Ms. Johnson?
Here.
All right. We got approval and correction of minutes from two prior meetings on June the 12th and June the 17th. And after you've had an opportunity to review those, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Mayor, I thought I was gonna have to make some statement or whatever, but, when we had Miss Julie here last month, but if anybody wants to see it, they have to go and it's, so that part right there took care of it. For more details, refer to the audio visual recording attached to the agenda. So Michael, that sort of took care of it. Big Daddy, yeah.
I make a motion we approve the meeting for June 12th and June 17th.
Got a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Ward's presentation appointments, mayor's appointment to the Mount Pleasant Historic Zoning Commission. I've asked Miss Manya Hunter. Manya lives on Pleasant Street. It's got a beautiful antebellum home over there. She lives inside the district, and she has said she'd be honored to serve. So I'd like to put that out there for us to vote on Miss Manya Hunter, please. Any
Mayor-
discussion?
Mayor, I'll make a motion for
Manya Hunter?
Manya Hunter for the appointment of the Mount Pleasant Historic Zoning Commission.
Got a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Got a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
For clarity, she's filling a vacancy.
Miss Freddie Walker passed away.
Passed away. Completion review of unfinished business for prior meeting, monthly report from mayor. And right before I came over here, I wrote out, and the guardrails up on the bridge All the paving's done. It looks like to me, now I'm not a state employee, okay? Let me make this clear. That's a state project, but it appears that it's awfully, awfully close. They told us they needed to put the guardrail up and stripe it. And the guardrail's up. So we gotta be getting close. I hope you enjoy what you see out front with our new square. We're hearing a lot of compliments about it. We lack one major piece, and they're gonna put in some kind of black box over here that's supposed to make everything work like it's supposed to work. I don't understand all of it. I'm gonna be the first to say it. I'm not an engineer or an electrician, but it's coming right along. September, we're gonna have the barbecue festival again. October, I'm sorry. So kind of be looking forward to that. Last year we didn't have it. This year we're kicking it back
And
off.
the landscaping outside,
It won't be done until November.
but there will be landscaping, trees,
Yeah.
all that kind of plants.
Mayor, might have to add something to what you said.
Yeah, man.
And I appreciate Philip for doing this right here. Even though we can't do nothing outside, you know, but we can at least keep the weeds and all that, you know, weed eat it, so it looks nice, and it does look nice. I appreciate that.
To be clear, I facilitated that. with
Okay.
our street
I
department.
appreciate that, because we have two dead flower pots out front.
They're
And I
gone.
guess some of you saw that, you know, and you just don't, you know, it didn't look good, but it looks better tonight.
They're gone.
You know,
Thank
that's
you.
David's department and his guys did that.
I appreciate it.
All right, that's all I've got. Monthly financial budget report, Ms. Schiffer.
We submitted our budget for 25-26 fiscal year to the comptroller's office, towards the end of June. It was approved last week. I emailed the approval letter to all the commissioners, so you all have a copy of it. The only note that was in there was the gas, department, which I know you all already know that was gonna be on there already, just because we need to look at those rates. The comptroller's office needs us to start looking at that, and they already have, the reason we didn't get any questions or any issues on it is because they've already received copies of our resolutions with the, knowing that we've already contracted a firm to do our rate study for gas. So they already have all that data. So far as I know, that they said they had, obviously there was no other comments in there, so all the budget looks good. We are moving right along with our capital projects. We're putting up the bid for Gray Lane and starting some of the paving projects that we had in the budget. The rest of them, we are going to talk about in the resolution with the grant anticipation, or we may have to wait to do some of them just because we need to finish all the stuff for downtown first. And the financials that were emailed to you all on Friday, those are preliminary June numbers. We are allowed by the state of Tennessee to have our books open till end of August. So we usually have to put everything back that we receive in July and August for the fiscal year for June back. So right now, that's what we're working on. Most everybody in finance pretty much is running two things, one for June or one for July. Whatever they receive, they're like, is this June or July? So they can put it in the right fiscal year. So that's going on right now. So in the September meeting, I should have final financials for you all. So an audit has already started.
Oh, it has?
It has. So we are actually giving them preliminary documents right now. They're due at the end of this week.
Anything else, Schiffer?
Questions?
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Doing a
thank
good
you.
Any
job.
questions?
Thank you, thank you.
You gonna entertain a motion?
Here, I make a motion to approve the monthly financial budget report as presented.
Got a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Monthly report from city manager. Philip?
Mayor and Commissioners, I just have a few bullet points, but after knowing that, just a brief presentation from Chief Hay. So I'll start with mine first. So Arrow Mines bathroom is near completion. I don't know if you rode by there, but they're getting close with that. It's alluded to, we have several bids going out over the next few weeks. The Gray Lane paving, it should be out next week. So that's from Greenwood to the four-way stop, milling, paving, and restriking. The water line replacement, hopefully you see that next month. That's the ARPA project from the bridge all the way to the end of our connection. So that should be going out to bid. Our residential meter replacement should be going out to bid within the next 30 days. The community center upgrades, that should be going out to bid in the next few days. And then lastly, the UV at the wastewater plant. Remember that CDBG grant we got?
Yep.
That's going out to bid in the next 2 days. So
Good.
next month will be pretty heavy on bids.
On the water lines
Yes, sir.
from the bridge, where exactly
So it's gonna connect right there, somewhere around the bridge, go around Magnolia, hit Main Street, and straight up to basically Redwood subdivision is where our connection stops.
With the corner.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
And it's old asbestos line.
And Dale's here and getting more detail if you needed to on that. Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. And the last thing I had, and one thing I'd like to do every month is employee recognition. So Miss Martha Springer, she's a records clerk in our police department. She's been here since 2007. Several years in dispatching, and she moved to that position in 2014. I'm going to recognize her this month. Wow. And with that being said, Chief Hay, do you mind coming up?
Quick, I've only got about 16 slides.
You know how to PowerPoint.
So I don't know if you remember, June of 2021, I came before y'all asking your permission for us to pursue accreditation with the police department. I don't know if all y'all were, I know you were not. I thought that was going to be an easy project. 4 years later, we finally finished it. So I'm here to tell y'all what it consists of and what we had to go through to get to this process, okay? But first of all, I want to tell you what accreditation means. It's a certification of competence in a specific subject or area of expertise. That would be law enforcement for us, okay? It's the integrity of an agency, a firm, or group, or person awarded by a duty recognized and respected accreditation organization. In our case, it would be the state of Tennessee. It would be the organization that we're accredited with, okay? Why is accreditation important for law enforcement? Accreditation is a proven management model which provides the CEO, which would be me, of an agency with a blueprint to promote efficient use of resources and improvement of service delivery and agency professionalism. So in a nutshell, what that is saying is that the state of Tennessee decided that they wanted to set out some standards that police departments need to follow or gain to. So the next couple slides are the standards and the chapters that they decided that they wanted to govern police departments. It covers everything from vehicles. There were several problems we had to do with our vehicle. We had to put new stripes on our vehicles. We had to put certain wordings on our vehicles so they're all the same. Buildings, it governs buildings. We had to put doors in. New locks. You can't just go into the police department now. You have to be escorted. It governs training. It governs how we work traffic crashes. It governs uniforms that we wear, body cameras, body armor, everything you can think of. Ended up being 164 standards that we had to meet. Took us 4 years to meet 164 standards. Yeah. That's a lot. We ended up having to write over 100 general orders. So we pretty much have a general order that governs everything the police department does now. The same general orders that govern Columbia Police Department. Same general orders that govern Metro. Metro is under this program. Once we finished, we ended up being the 82nd agency out of almost 400 sheriff departments and police departments to be accredited to the state of Tennessee. 82nd. So I feel like that's great for us. Gives us a discount on our liability insurance for each officer. I think it's $100. I'm not real sure on that one. So that pretty much covers how much it costs to be accredited with the state of Tennessee. And then it establishes a baseline for the police department for future growth. So if I'm to retire within the next year, whoever comes in behind me is already set up to succeed. So, in a nutshell, that's pretty much as quick as I can make it. Anybody have any questions?
Appreciate what you do, Mike. Appreciate what the department does.
Amen. And that took a lot of work, folks, for these folks to get there. I
It was
mean,
a lot, we made a lot of people mad with this door in the hallway. Yeah.
But it is great. I mean, it adds value to our community without question. Thank you.
It does, yes. In the next coming weeks, you'll see a little sticker on the back of the of the units, it says they were accredited. So.
Oh, cool.
No, that's a big deal.
You go-
Thank you.
You go get the
Big Daddy.
tag, no.
Not gonna wear them.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about CEO.
CEO.
Yeah. Did a chief CEO.
Right.
Appreciate you, Mike.
Right.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, thanks. Thanks to all your staff too, Michael.
Yeah.
Guys, thank y'all. All right, Philip, anything else on the city manager report?
No, sir.
Wastewater liaison.
Mayor and Commissioners, the detailed packet or report is in the packets. Some of the same things, ongoing performance testing, carbon fee system installation, punch list. But what I took out of that packet was substantial completion in July and then close out in the next 2 months.
Wow.
So it's been a long time coming. So hopefully that happens.
Awesome. Anything else on wastewater?
No, sir.
Gas?
Mayor and Commissioners, as Shipper alluded to, the rate study is underway. We're still meeting with Symmetry often about the long-term industrial contracts that we have, restructuring those to be able to give the supply and demand that they're requesting. So we'll see what that looks like in the future.
Deal. Any questions, Philip, on those two? All righty. New business. Resolution 2025-35, a resolution by the city of Mount Pleasant authorizing a payment in lieu of taxes for the Mount Pleasant Power System for the fiscal year of 25-26. For the year 24-25, it was $410,000. We cannot give you an exact amount today because, as Shipper and I were talking about, we've got to wait until we get the new tax base on it to know exactly what it is, but we want to go ahead and give you an idea of what it would be. Any questions on that? We discussed that Thursday night.
I just appreciate that whoever put the forward, looking into that, making sure, the citizens got some tax money,
Yep.
back from that record. It
Absolutely.
really helps the city out.
Any other questions on that or comments? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we approve resolution 2025-35 as presented.
Got a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Resolution 2025-36, a resolution by the city of Mount Pleasant authorizing payment in lieu of taxes for the Mount Pleasant Gas Department. Again, this is for 25-26. In 24-25, it was $80,000. Any questions? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Mayor, make a motion in favor of resolution 2025-36 as presented.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Second, all those in favor? Aye, opposed, motion carries. Resolution 2025-37, a resolution approving agreement for payment in lieu of taxes for the Mount Pleasant Municipal Housing Authority. And in 24-25, it was $18,000, and we expect it to be something close to that again for this year. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move that we entertain resolution 2025-37 as presented.
Got a motion, we have a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Resolution 2025-38, a resolution approving the removal and replacement of the radio tower. And I'm gonna let somebody else explain what we're doing with that.
Mayor and Commissioners, I'll take that one. So several months back, the radio tower out back was damaged. So we filed a claim with Public Entity Partners. They settled that. But when I was meeting with staff and looking at the need for that or to go back the same way, we looked at it from the standpoint that we're going to the new digital radio system where that tower is not really needed much anymore. So in return, we looked at tornado sirens and a pole. So we're going to put a 50-foot pole with a tornado siren that is directly engaged with 911, so they'll control it. Not only that, Murray County and Columbia have an overall plan to put them throughout the communities. I don't know where they all are, but this will be tied with them. Along with that, we also are going to upgrade our weather cameras, one here and then one on our Reservoir Hill that will tie into Tennessee Weather Authority. So, yeah, that's what's before you, and the total project is $78,763.
Anybody ever watch that Tennessee River Valley News online? Pretty doggone good. We were out there watching it a minute ago, and you can see the square. I mean, it's very evident. So Any questions or comments on that? Be nice to be tied to the county like that too.
Yeah.
Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we accept resolution 2025-38 as presented.
Got a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Second, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 2025-39, a resolution authorizing the City of Mount Pleasant to execute and enter into an agreement to an amendment to the professional services agreements with Heath Code and Davis for engineering services. Corey?
So in 2022, the city was awarded and accepted the American Rescue Plan Act funds for certain infrastructure improvements. In 2023, you entered into an agreement with Heathcote and Davis to do the engineering for those improvements. The scope of that project has changed, and the additional scope causes a need for following additional services to be performed by the engineer. So the additional scope is for water loss control plan, for additional surveying services to extend proposed project from south of the airport runway to the existing 16-inch water line at Sugar Creek Bridge. This additional scope added 60 days to the project time and $20,000 for the water loss control plan and additional $42,120 for the surveying expenses. So roughly $62,000 additional in 60 days. The purpose of this resolution is to approve the contract amendment with Heathcote and Davis.
Philip, anything you want to add to that?
And this is directly related to the water line that's about to be.
We discussed it a minute ago. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Mayor, I make a motion in favor of resolution 2025-39 as presented.
Got a motion, do we have a second? Second, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 2025-40, a resolution of the governing body of the City of Mount Pleasant authorizing the issuance, sale, and payment of downtown revitalization grant anticipation notes not to exceed $1,050,000. Corey? Anything you want to add to it?
So TDOT and Mount Pleasant had a contract where TDOT pledged to pay Mount Pleasant $4,038,000. Yeah, 71. In grant money for the downtown revitalization project. However, we don't have the money yet and we need to pay the contractor. So the purpose of this resolution is to authorize the city to provide funds in anticipation of receiving this grant. The amount of the grant or the loan borrowing is $1,050,000. The general fund is given a loan, the interest rate is 0, the note will mature no later than 6 months, and it will be paid back at any point when the grant is received. Chipper can really explain it.
So, like Corey said, we have not received reimbursements from TDOT. They have done, I don't know what's going on with their online systems and things, and the funding is appropriated and everything is out there. We have submitted our reimbursement request forms, and one thing after another, it's just been items that just somehow kept getting delayed. So we still actually have not received payment for almost 10 months of work that we have actually paid for, which puts our cash flow for that specific capital project fund pretty low, because most of it was supposed to be, we pay an invoice, they reimburse us, we pay the next invoice. Well, at this point, we've done 10 months of project, which this project was only 12 months long. So we've done almost 10 months of project without receiving any reimbursements. The reimbursement for these next 10 months, the last 10 months, we are supposed to get it sometime in August. So till then, Adams is pretty much done. Adam contracting is pretty much done. So we need to make payments for these 3 months of invoices. And so we're asking to move money from the general fund's fund balance to make some of those invoices. And then when I receive the grant funds, I will reimburse the general fund back. That's why it's only for 6 months. And because we are getting money from the general fund, we do not have to pay interest on it. If we borrowed monies for any utility, we would have to pay interest. That's whatever the current market rate of interest is to that utility. So after you all approve this tonight, I have to submit a packet to the state, and the comptroller's office also has to approve it before we can even move the funds. So that's the next step on this project. So I'm really hoping we can get all this done and we can pretty much pay everything that's past due to Adams in August. So. Yes, sir.
Just appreciate it, because that's nothing that we can keep from
Control
it,
it.
you know, but it's amazing how the government sometimes, you know, I guess they're the big dog, so they can, you know, they can say, hey, we owe you money, but we're gonna pay you later,
Mhm.
but we need you to do something, you're gonna do it now. You know, it's amazing, you know, how the
It's-
government
It's
works.
been interesting. This project has definitely been very different for not just us, even our grant manager who's from the Nashville office. She's never dealt with these type of situations before.
Because things like that right there, you know, you get out on the street and make the city look bad, you know, like it's our fault, which is, you know, it's not y'all's fault.
We have floated this project with our cash for almost 10 months. at this
Yes.
point.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on up there, Mike, because it's crazy, man.
So appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, any other comments or questions for Schiffer? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Mayor, I make a motion in favor of resolution 2025-40 as presented.
Got a motion, do we have a second? Got a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries. All right, we're through with the regular meeting agenda. General comments from citizens. We've had 2 people sign up. Again, as we discussed earlier, the annexation will be heard at another public hearing just for that. The first lady that we had sign up was Deborah Davis of 6770 Polk Lane.
So we're deferring that till that later date, right?
Correct. Yes, ma'am, and you will have the opportunity to speak at that time. And Charlesy,
Yes, sir.
did I get that right?
Yes, sir, you did, and thank you.
Estes? Okay. And here again, the plan is, according to our discussion today, was to have a public forum just for this particular line item because of the concern and the interest of the community.
And just a clarifying point for that, if the annexation moves forward, the next step would be for this board to consider a resolution that would set a public hearing.
Yes.
So it would be on y'all's agenda to set the public hearing, to send the notices, to send the letters out to everybody, to post it in the paper, do all the requirements of an annexation. And at that time, y'all would pick when the public hearing would be. It would be published all the ways that it's required and probably then some. Then you would have a public hearing and then you would have a consideration of the annexation. Yes, sir.
So the odds are it may be 2 months before
Yeah,
the next.
I would say the end of August at
Okay.
the, you know,
Okay.
I did not sign up. We have.
You ask a question.
well,
I just, at the public forum, which you're planning, personally urging that in a general session like this, where everybody can hear what everybody else is saying, opposed to an alternate format, some different people talking one-on-one in a room, and there's never a chance to see what the consensus is. This normal kind of format would be great.
We'll do our best.
that's the only option. You know, it's a public forum, just like the last time.
Right.
He was talking about potentially having it someplace different.
For more room.
Yeah.
That's what I'm concerned about. We were in here, weren't we, last Tuesday night? I'm
think
not
I
sure
heard we
that
had
I'm
100
I'm not sure if the
150
chief,
You
if
can't
the fire
hear.
chief would, I don't think he counted.
Yeah, we can.
We counted.
We were over.
So we want to make sure it's safe and courteous to everybody too. So we've got a very nice community center. I know in the past that we've done some things over there and we might need to do that at that time. There's plenty of parking right there and it's, maybe they won't be right in the middle. Well, they won't be in the middle of construction because we've still got a few days before we can even let the contract. So just kind of what we're thinking right now. That's all I had sign up. Pam, you got anything else you want to discuss?
I just want to thank everybody for being here tonight. So much online. It's hard to even read a lot of it. that if you, like all these ordinances that we're, resolutions especially that we're passing, if you come to our Thursday night meetings, then you're hearing us get explained and we talk about them. And so it helps when you come to this meeting, we're just voting and you might think, well, we don't even know, but we've actually gone in detail on every single thing that we discussed tonight. And it makes a big difference that we have people out there that are actually coming to the meetings and can say, well, actually, this is what's happening. Because the rumors are pretty crazy. And so, but we also appreciate having you here. It means a lot that you clap when the police chief shows a presentation like that. And it's encouraging to the city staff. So thank you.
Quick question. What was the overall cost?
The total
Right.
cost,
Not to have the exact number, around $7 million.
yeah.
About right at 7. Most of it was all grants.
Right.
And that was just for.
What?
Roads, all new, all the utilities are underground now. All of it were redone correctly and right.
I'm not.
City has
I
to make.
know,
I just didn't know. what
Trust
was
me,
involved.
trust me, I was watching it because the amount of money that it was, I'm going, what's in that ground?
But just give you a little more, I guess, on top of that, the city does have to match, most of those grants, 20%.
So it's, I think so far, biggest thing is the dadgum electrical boxes trying to get them in, but that's supply line, as they explained to us. And I hear that particularly from Al at Power System. Trying to get any of that stuff is the devil trying to get it. So, Mike,
First of all, I appreciate y'all staying. That means a lot, that y'all, once it was told, y'all didn't just leave. Y'all sit here and listen to us, and I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me, A lot of times, when something's already said, and people done spoke what they want to say, y'all know that goes. So I appreciate y'all's patience. Sitting here. But Mayor, I guess I had two things which I did, relate to Philip, but just in case, I guess somebody is watching us tonight, so they can at least say I did bring it up or whatever. But on going down Bluegrass, when you turn right, where I guess Rosie's got her little shop, right there on the right. You know what I'm talking about, Bill?
where she does the nails.
The nails and stuff. Yeah. Somebody has brought up and said there's no, I guess, striping, to park cars there. And yeah.
They're
and
not
when-
through with the striping
yeah.
here yet.
But when you do the striping, there's cars parked on the side. It's so tight right there because we had to extend the poles for the lights, the big poles, so it took away some of the side right there. But that'd be something, I guess Philip or Michael, to look into and make sure it is safe, for people to park there. If it's not, there have to be signs to put up says, no parking from here, to the, I guess where you turn in, the little side. Right there, Michael, that's where people that has said something about. And
Chief Hayden, we'll look at it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And look at all
and
the
then
details.
one other was a safety issue on East Merchant. When you pull out of East Merchant, it'd be the first house on the left. They have, I guess, flowers. I don't want to make no women mad or nothing, but they don't look like flowers to me. But anyway, they're real tall. And when you pull out, you got to pull out into the street in order to see what's coming. And it could be a safety hazard. I don't know if anything can be done, it's on somebody else's property, but it is a hazard, Michael. And you can pull up to there and, you do have to pull out a little bit, make sure ain't nothing coming. That's all I got.
Look into it.
We'll have Chief A and then even maybe property maintenance look at that.
Yeah,
and see if there's-
absolutely. We had to do that over there at True Rail. Those trees had grown up so you couldn't see coming out of it, and they trimmed them. Lori?
I just want to piggyback off of what everyone else said. Thank you guys for coming tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Chelsea, Deborah, Darnell, Pete, and Lee. I told y'all I was gonna do that and I didn't. I remember.
I remember.
Thank you all so much for coming out.
You did, girl.
I do want to thank everyone who attended the fireworks event. It was awesome, and it's going to be even better next year. So I can't wait. I can't wait. Just thank you all so much.
All right. I've already think I've pretty much said everything, but I'm going to echo what everybody else says. Thank you for your interest. We're trying to make sure we do this right so everybody can speak at an appropriate time about what you've got so much interest in. Yes, ma'am.
I love on something. Our arrangements. That service revenue.
Stops at our in the connection, and that does not service Redwood Circle.
Okay. Does not.
What is the reason for the line? That part?
It's replacing the 40 to 50-year-old
Yeah.
cement asbestos line.
It had to be done away with.
Yes. It did. Okay, anybody else before I? Okay. Thank you for your interest. It's nice to see. I know it's a touchy subject with a lot of people, no question. No matter which way you go with it, it's a touchy situation for everybody. But I appreciate everybody's involvement. I will have to say I appreciate everybody's demeanor at the Tuesday meeting.
Yep.
It never got out of hand. It was always very professionally and very businesslike handled, and I appreciate that. That's the way we do business now in Mount Pleasant. We're not the old school we used to be, and we're not gonna have it.
Try not to, you know.
So thanks for everybody for being here tonight, and I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Got a second? All those in favor? Thanks, everybody.